You're such an asshole.
Oh, you doubting Thomases. We here at Asshole Consulting, I do like when I get emails, not necessarily thank you emails, but just when they say, hey, I thought I'd give you an update because you kicked my ass such and such ago, and hey, you know what? And oddly enough, no one's in worse shape. It's almost like having a fatherly, elderly brother type come in and say, all right, you done feeling sorry for yourself, pussy? It's almost like that, you know, like people go in the military and they come out a little bit more straight and disciplined and hard work. It's almost like dads or father figures play a role in society, which is not in this particular guy's case, but I'm going to read this because this is one of the greatest asshole consulting stories ever told. Hi, Aaron. It's been a while since I last wrote to you. You wanted me to give you a 6-month update after we spoke at the end of last year in 2016. Not sure if you recall, but I am the guy who suffered from the awful illness from topical steroids withdrawal, which severely affected my life. My girlfriend at the time broke up with me, and I was bedbound for a year and a half, and when we last spoke, I was severely suicidal and depressed. A lot has changed since we last spoke, so I'd like you to do a video update for all your viewers, and you gave me a link to the original video. At the end of 2016, that video you made really kicked my ass into gear. At the time, I was 21, unemployed, a law school dropout because of my illness. Your illness saved you there. Living in my parents' house, rarely went out with friends, was severely heartbroken, depressed, and had no direction in my life. Since then, this is what has happened in my life. In January of 2017, not only did I move out of my parents' house, but I moved to another city. Originally from Perth, I left my hometown and went to Melbourne. It is not Melbourne, for you Americans, it is Melbourne. I literally did not have a job, a place, or anyone to rely on when I moved here. I came here with nothing but a suitcase of clothes, some documents, and a strong I don't give a fuck anymore, I've got nothing to lose attitude. The past 3 years was so shitty. At that point, I had the mentality that even if I was homeless, I had survived so much that I'd be able to handle it. I've been there a couple times, like, I can handle this. It's not snowing. Sounds like a lot like you pulled an Adam Piggott. Go read Pushing Rubber Downhill. Eerily similar parallels there. He was from Perth. He went off to the east. He didn't have anything. You didn't have anything. And the path. You actually, now I think about it, you do have to read that book. You absolutely must read that book. Pushing Rubber Downhill. You can find it on audiobook. I said goodbye to my family and friends and took a one-way ticket to Melbourne. Once I arrived, I knew that I'd have to find a job pretty quick to get myself on my feet and support myself. I had a limited cash reserve of $4,000, which I saved working November to December at an electronics store, but it wasn't enough to last me very long, especially with the cost of living in Melbourne. While I was looking for work, I lived in a hostel as lodging there was the cheapest I could find. I met a variety of people from all over the world, mostly from Europe and a few from Asia. 1 month of living in the hostel, I eventually found full-time work and a, quote, real job to start my career. I'm now working for a tech startup. I'm not going to give the title, but it ain't no shitty title. I'm on a salary which is more than enough to support myself. I'm skipping the whole university thing at this point because I already make more than the average graduate, and work experience is more important than school. That's awesome, dude. That is really cool. During that time at the hostel, I got myself into a routine which helped out. I would work out regularly at the gym, eat healthy, play guitar, one of my hobbies, go to work, and have friendly conversations with people living in the hostel with me. I was staying in a 4-room share with 3 other dudes, but it was worth it because I met a lot of awesome people and have many great memories there. See, you know what's going to happen? I told you, you know this already. You're going to look back at that as the funnest time in your life. Because they're thinking, I got to get my own place, I got to get my own apartment, I got to get my own house. But I don't, again, if you ever read Curse of the High IQ, it's like a hostel is another one of those things where you're not going to have the same group of adventuresome type spirits congregating in one place. And therefore you're not going to have that many interesting people. Like a hostel where everyone's traveling. Not to say you're a genius or an intelligent person if you're traveling, but you are adventuresome. And there you are just crashing out at it because it's the cheapest. Yeah, you met some really cool people, I bet. And you had some really stimulating conversations. So I would maybe not leave that hostel. That's kind of like your surrogate family. You can help out other wanderers and travelers. 3 of the people that I met would later become close friends of mine. I even had a cute German girl just out of high school who would make me a vegan dessert. I'm a vegan. Every night for me and her to eat together, and she would sit with me, just the two of us, and we would talk. I remember coming back to the hostel after I finished work in my attire, and she would smile and in her cute German accent ask me how my day was. Good girlfriend material, but sadly she moved back to Germany to begin university, so nothing happened. Well, dude, you can go to Germany. Look, right there, you got to follow up on that. You have to follow up on that. I don't know girls that just doesn't happen. Girls make you dessert every night and then just sit and talk and ask you how your day, what? What? You might can't say you're not going to find another girl like that. All statistical likelihood. You probably will, but it's not going to be more than one or two. So, man, I'd go to Deutschland and say, hey, wie geht's mein schönes Fräulein? Ich bin hier. Ja, richtig. So it would be 2 months living in the hostel before I found myself a quiet studio apartment close to my work in the city. I live in a very good suburb. I live by myself, but I still see friends regularly every weekend, either going out to a bar, just chilling out together, playing guitar, watching movies, whatever we want to do. In summary, this is what I have accomplished in 2017. Yeah, and 2017 is only 6 months over, dude. So you did, this is a lot. You went from 0 to hero. Moved to a different city away from my hometown. Found a full-time job at a startup, which I like working at. The bosses are awesome. I can even work from home sometimes. Fucking A, man, you're living the dream. Except the German girls in Germany. I could wear casual clothes like a t-shirt, flannel, and jeans. Man, the fact you got some great stuff going on there. For all the bad luck you had, now you have some really good luck. You got bosses you like, that's rarer than fuck. A girl that cooked for you. And you get to work from home occasionally. That's just great, man. That's great. This is good to see. Living and supporting myself and never took a check from anyone, including the family. Did this by myself. There you go. Met amazing people and made friends who I treasure each and every day. So, think about it here. Here's another, just to hear me out. Would you have valued these people had you not gone through your shitty health problems and your depression? Would you have just like, yeah, they're people and I'm going to go and the fact you went through such shit means that you actually have the wisdom to value these people and know how important and precious they are. So maybe that's a blessing in long-term disguise. I'm sure you lying there being bedridden for a year and a half didn't feel like it, and it wasn't. It was shit. But boy, if you don't value your fellow man now, that's good to see. Improving my skills and my health, working out at the gym, playing guitar, listening to podcasts. I'm even in the beginnings of starting a side business for myself. There you go. Sorry for the long email. Dude, you could send that type of email I'll take all day. The point of this is thank you, Aaron, for the advice that you gave me and to maybe inspire some of your viewers that all is not lost. Even when we go through our darkest times, you don't know what is waiting for you in the future. Yeah, you really don't. I'm only 22, but I can say with 100% certainty that the most important thing in life is spending time with family and friends, and the meaning of life is the meaning that you choose to give it by accomplishing what you want. I am not sure what the future holds. My illness sometimes rears its ugly head certain days, but I am improving myself long term. I am regimented and hardened in my work ethic. I have strong will. I'm fighting for a better future, and nothing will stop me. And then he did send me a picture of him and his buddies. I don't know if this is the same girl. It's the German girl I was talking about. Yeah, she's a cutie, dude. She's cute. Look at her. She's smiling and everything. No, you're gonna find better than that, dude. Yeah, don't go to Germany. There's a girl like her on every corner. Get your ass back to fucking Germany, or just email her and text her saying, "Hey, how about you and me start something serious? Have you thought about that?" And who knows? She'd be, I'm going to university and it's not gonna work out. I'll prepare yourself for that. I'm just saying. You owe it to yourself to cast a line in the water on that one and be blunt about it. Hey, I'm kind of like you. I wouldn't mind getting serious with you, but where are you at? And then she'll be, God almighty, it should be like, yeah, you're right, I don't really like college. I just want to be a stay-at-home mom and cook for a husband and raise kids. And then you save her from university. Although this girl, she's probably engineer and majoring in electrical engineering. You're like, oh fuck, yeah. Yeah, dude. Well, I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that that life has turned around for you. That is very good. I'm glad to hear these stories. And then for any of you doubting Thomases, think, oh, Claire, just go. I know there's a couple people like, oh, you just fucking say this. It's like, do you realize how valuable asshole consulting is? I mean, I charge this guy $35 at the most, maybe 40. And look at what happened, huh? Oh yeah, we don't do anything here. No, just fucking save everybody's lives and decades and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Anyway, spread the good word of Asshole Consulting. Go to assholeconsulting.com. We got my books. You can find them on Amazon.com, including Bachelor Pad Economics, Worthless, Reconnaissance Man, and Poor Richard's Retirement, Black Man's Got Out of Poverty, and there's others. And what else? We got the Clary Podcast you can find on SoundCloud. And then I want to say thank you to our Australian friend, Australian agent in the field. But yeah, get your ass to Deutschland, dude. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.